Terrorists have shot dead a migrant labourer from Bihar in Kashmir's Budgam on Thursday, hours after the killing of a bank manager in Kulgam. In fact, Priyanshi, this is another worker who was injured in that very attack. So they attacked two migrant workers. One was killed, one was injured and taken to the hospital. The Union Territory has been rattled by a string of targeted killings in the recent months. You know that bank manager Vijay Kumar was with the SBI and he was shot dead in Kulgam just a day before that. So, Priyanshi, two killings in a matter of 24 hours.
That's right. And we can see a pattern that people from other states are being targeted. In fact, the bank manager was shot. He was a native of Rajasthan. Terrorists shot dead Kumar inside the bank premises, the 8th targeted killing in the valley since just the 1st of May and the 3rd of a non-Muslim government employee. Various political parties have attacked the Bharatiya Janata Party over the Kashmir situation and have sought answers from the local administration for the spot in targeted killings. We can see that the number is clearly rising now with so many attacks seen just this month and clearly a pattern there.
Priyanshi, we saw that school teacher who was targeted just outside the school, right? She was going into the school to teach students. She was targeted right outside. So they're just marking these, innocent civilians. And like you mentioned, the migrants were from Bihar, the bank manager from Rajasthan. Then we also saw Amrina Bhatt, a social media artist who was in fact targeted right outside her house. It all began, on the 1st of May when we've seen so many people who've been targeted. Rahul Bhatt was also targeted as well. So many people targeted. But in the last 24 hours alone, 2 people have been targeted in the valley. The Kashmiri Pandits have begun to leave the valley as 9 target killings have taken place in a matter of a month.
In fact, let's listen into the reactions from the people. Kashmiri Pandits are protesting and they demand that they be relocated outside of the valley and they want to be relocated to Jammu.
हम आदरणीय एलजी साहब और यूटी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से ये गुजारिश करते हैं कि हम कश्मीरी पंडितों की जान बचाई जाए, हमें यहाँ से जम्मू जाने दिया जाए। हमें सरकार ने यहाँ पर होस्टेजेस बनाया है, हमें घर से बाहर नहीं निकलने दिया जा रहा है। डर के मारे हमारा पूरा परिवार यहाँ सहम गया है, हमारे बच्चे डर के मारे सहम गया है, क्योंकि इस वक्त जो है यहाँ कश्मीर में सिक्योरिटी फेलियर है। जैसे कि हमारे भाई विजय कुमार जी को आज मारा गया। तो हम गुजारिश करते हैं एलजी साहब से, विनम्र प्रार्थना करते हैं कि हम पे ये जुल्म ना करे।
हमारे को 1990 में माइग्रेट किया गया था कश्मीर से जम्मू के लिए। जब हालात बहुत ख़राब हो चुके थे, हमारे पेरेंट्स ने सब कुछ छोड़ छाड़ के अपनी जानों के लिए हम लोग भागे थे अब जम्मू के लिए। और वही हालात आज दोबारा बन गए हैं कि हमें अपनी जान बचा के कश्मीर से जम्मू की तरफ वापस पलायन करना पड़ रहा है। ये बिल्कुल वेल प्लान्ड किलिंग्स हैं, ये टारगेट किलिंग्स हैं माइनॉरिटीज़ को लेके, चाहे वो सरदार हैं, चाहे वो हिंदू हैं, चाहे वो SC ST हैं। माइनॉरिटी हिंदूज जो भी कश्मीर में हैं, उनका जो टारगेट किलिंग हो रहा है वहाँ।
हालात तो ऐसे ही आप जैसे आप देख पा रहे हो, हालात बिल्कुल फेवरेबल नहीं है माइनॉरिटीज़ के रिगार्डिंग। आप देख रहे हो क्या हालात अभी चल रहे हैं। अभी किसी को बताने की ज़रूरत तो नहीं है कि कैसे हालात हैं। बस अभी पहुंचे हैं वहाँ से, बड़ी मुश्किल से निकल के आए हैं। हम भी रेंटेड एकोमोडेशन में रहते हैं, तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा कैंप जो हैं मतलब पंडित कम्युनिटी के, उनको तो मतलब पुलिस ने काफ़ी मतलब बाहर से सील ही कर दिया हुआ है। आपने देखा होगा। तो ना रेंटेड में थे तो ऐसे वैसे करके घर के कपड़ों में निकल लिए हम। चलो पहुँचे, अब देखते हैं आगे क्या रहेगा, गवर्नमेंट हमारे बारे में क्या सोचती है। लेट्स सी।
तो लास्ट टाइम जब राहुल भट्ट जी पे अटैक किया गया था और वो ऑफिस में बैठे हुए थे, तो सिचुएशन वाज वेरी क्लियर दैट वी वर फीलिंग हाईली अनसेफ इन दैट सिचुएशन। तो हमें उस दिन सर वहां से निकलना पड़ा और उसी दिन हम वहां से निकल आए सर, जिस दिन उसकी किलिंग हुई राहुल भट्ट की।
Targeted killings of Kashmiri Pandits and other civilians in the Kashmir Valley have prompted Home Minister Amit Shah to seek an explanation over security lapses from the Union Territory's LG.
Right, Amit Shah has called Manoj, the LG of JNK, to Delhi for a briefing on the ground situation. A meeting is scheduled today where steps are being taken by the Union Territory's administration to protect the minorities. That is going to be discussed. Let's just get Neeta in now to talk about that meeting that's scheduled. Neeta, what time can we expect that meeting and what kind of changes can we expect after this meeting, considering that the government hasn't really spoken about the killings that are taking place in the valley?
See, immediately it would not be known obviously, but the meeting is about at 3 p.m. wherein the Union Home Minister is going to speak to all the stakeholders who are operating in the valley. The challenges are, many a fold. Not only for the security agencies who are battling, on ground, but also for the government, because the battle of perception is the biggest battle. The government had stated that after 370 was revoked, everything is going to be normalized. People can go back, people can buy land, Kashmiri Pandits can go there and also settle down. But the fact of the matter is, it never happened. In last month, only 5 targeted killings were, reported by the media, and it actually took place. Even in June, also 2 to 3 attacks have already taken place. This graph is gonna rise as the Amarnath Yatra is going to approach. So, the battle of perception is going to be a big challenge for the government, because they need to restore, they need to, assure the minority community that you are being protected. So far, we have heard so many voices from Kashmir that the center has failed to do so, despite their big promises and big ideas, because the parameters are also different, Divya. When center says normalcy has been restored in valley, they map it with in terms of economic activity, in terms of tourist activity. We had seen Omar Abdullah, who's the former chief minister of Jammu and Kashmir. He had tweeted that economic activity and also tourism cannot be equated with normalcy. If you are if forget about being tourist, as a normal person, if you go around there, the sense of fear is still there even among locals there. And that was the reason when Yasin Bhatkal sentence was being pronounced in Patiala, we saw the shops around Lal Chowk being closed, because the fear is there. Among locals, even minorities. Now we have seen that the minority community, the Hindu Kashmiri community, has come onto the streets protesting against the UT administration, saying that they want to be shifted. So the challenges are humongous. And as far as the Amarnath Yatra is concerned, it's going to be a big security challenge for the security agencies who are operating on ground. The Yatra is going to start on June 30th. It will go on till August 11th. It's a big Yatra. The government wants to obviously make it as a big show of a yatra, because they are saying 6 to 8 lakh people are gonna go and have darshan in Amarnath. But it's going to be a security risk. The local police administration is obviously very scared, and that is the reason why each and every yatri is going to be given a RFID tag. Earlier this tag was only given to the vehicles carrying yatris, but this time each and every yatri is going to be given an RFID tag.